So in this demonstration, we are going to take our prepped pages and incorporate an observational drawing. So first off, you just choose which page you want to work with, and I'm going to be doing mine on a very simple gridded piece of graph paper. But whatever surface you want to work on is fine. Here's another that we'd shown last time. So what you need to do is you need to basically find a way to get your drawing onto this page. So option one, if it's a paper like this, you can simply draw directly on this page. If, however, it's a paper that's harder to draw on or you don't feel confident with your drawing that you might mess up, you're welcome to first draw your drawing on a piece of, in your sketchbook. Okay. So I did mine first in my sketchbook. So I just started with just a hand drawing holding a flower that I'm going to incorporate onto my prepped page. So from that, there's different ways to get this image onto the other page. One option is simply to take tracing paper and you're going to place it on top and trace your image. And I've already done that. So we've got this here, and then I could simply apply this image onto the page. There's a couple of options here. If you like the look, which I happen to, of the square around the tracing paper, I can just glue that on. Keeping in mind the gluing techniques we learned before, you'd want to put glue stick on the entire surface, going through the whole surface, and then use a scrap paper on top and your bone folder to get a nice smooth application. So there's one way to get our image in. Other ways, I can take my drawing again, and you can either rip this out of your sketchbook, or if you don't want to do that, make photocopies, which I did here. So I have photocopies of this same drawing that I drew, and to transfer it onto a page, option one is you can take the paper and shade the back. So I'm shading wherever the design was. And if you can't see through to know where to shade, you can hold this up to the window and you'll be able to see your lines. So once you've shaded the back, you can actually place it on your surface and you can trace your lines, and they will lightly, you probably can't even see it, but I can lightly see the line of my hand, of the hand drawing. If you're finding that that's not showing up, so for instance, in particular, if you were, say, working on a page like this, there's no way the paper with the pencil shading on the back is going to transfer onto something that's dark. The other option is you can take a photocopy, and then instead of pencil, I shaded it with black oil pastel. So if I place that on here, I already started a bit, and I trace this, this will show up. Okay, and take your time with the tracing too, because if you have a lovely drawing, but if you trace it kind of quickly and sloppily, it's not actually going to look like a nice drawing. Okay, so you can see, perhaps you can see that, but I see my lines there. Okay. All right, so then those are all your ways, your options of like how to get the image in there. But then once you get the image in there, you want to think about what else do you want to do to this page. Like that doesn't look very interesting to me, so what else can I do to it? If you want to add color, you can actually use acrylic paint right on top of the tracing paper, one way to add color. If you want to collage shapes into it, like I actually want to put this flower that was originally in my picture, I want to put that in there. And I want to do it on purple paper. So I'm going to use the same concept. I'm going to take my image here again, and I'm going to place it on top of my purple paper. And then I can trace this flower and I could just trace the outline if I just want the shape, or if I want the interior lines, I can trace those as well. So then I have this flower on a purple piece of paper, and then I can take this, I'm just gonna give this a little trim. Oops. Scissors. All right. I could either cut directly around it, or if you like the look of it, I could simply go ahead and collage that in just like this. Maybe use another piece of paper or a marker piece or paint to add the stem to that flower, and that would be a complete piece. And once again, if you wanted to like change the color of the hand or something like that, you could do that with paint on the surface. Also at this point, you're thinking about the composition. So if it doesn't feel balanced to you, you think about what else you could add to it to make sure your composition is balanced, to make sure you like how the colors work together. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, thanks.